Well, hello, people. I'm Ryan O'Connor. This is Ink the Book Show, and Ink the Book we shall. So this is the page I was working on the past few streams, and I think I'm done, at least for now. I think I'm done with that page. So I'm gonna move on to the next. Let me get this screen situated for my liking, for my purposes. We're listening to some wax cylinder music from the early 1900s, recorded on an Edison cylinder. Okay, so I started this page. So, brought in the black and white art, and cleaned up all the speckles and things that always end up on a fresh page. And I threw in some flat colors for each. So I solidified my gutters. Does this make any sense? So what I do, one of the first things I always do is I select the gutter like that, like outside all the panels. I select that area, and I'll just copy it and paste it to its own layer. So there's the white sits on top. So if anything goes beyond the borders of the panels, it hides behind the white. Okay, so now I'm coloring Bonehead. Let me deselect that because I don't need that. Go back on the color layer. I've got my cup of tea here. Look, it's the cheat. The cheat. Who's the guy that moves to the beat? The cheat. It's from an old Homestar Runner cartoon. Homestar Runner was an online cartoon. I think they fairly recently started making new ones again. But I think they're very few and far between when they do. What am I trying to do here? So I need Bonehead's tooth color. I'll start coloring his teeth. A few panels on this page. Whoa! Oh, that brush is too big! I know his teeth are huge, but woo, man! Okay. So tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Did you get your lady a sucker? Or did you get some flowers and candy? Don't forget. Make sure she knows you love her. Okay, I'm gonna turn off this crazy music here. I was trying to see something on the layout screen over here, and then I messed myself up. Okay. Gotta get this music off. It's driving me bonkers. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll turn that down real low. This kind of reminds me a little bit of a Toadies song. Nothing to Cry About by the Toadies. I don't know if it actually sounds like that, but that's what it reminds me of, I realized. Okay, I think are these the only panels? Is it just 3 panels on this page? I think so, but I might be wrong. My memory, she is no good. Also, my memory is a lady. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just those 3 panels. All right. So next, I'm gonna chicken necks. Next, oh, there is another panel. Jeepers. Go zoomed in. I'm so lost. This is a late stream, by the way. I started at like 10 after 10. I had to go to my old place and pick up a suit for the funeral. I almost said wedding, I think. For the funeral on Monday. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be out of this house so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I'm not going to be home. So I won't be able to work on my comic or my manners. I mean, stuff. The Toadies, which this is not, it's one of my favorite bands. I would love to see the Toadies. What? I had a chance to see them and another one of my favorite bands, Local H, on my birthday, playing together. Now I've seen Local H a dozen times. They're based in Chicago, but they were a big time rock band in the 90s. But I've seen them many times. But I had a chance to see them together on my birthday one year, but I already had a plane ticket to go to Vegas, and I would have part of me would have traded it, but I was going with all my buddies, so. It was a good trip, but there were no toadies to be had. Let's see, I want to get his shirt color now. This robin's egg blue kind of deal. So the toadies, you may recognize since I'm talking about them. Not that they're playing. This song just reminds me of one of their songs, as I may have mentioned. The Toadies did the song in the 90s called Possum Kingdom. That was their big hit. Make up your mind. Do you wanna die? That kind of that song. I love that album, man. The funny thing is, there's a lot of like religious sounding on that album, where I was like, man, I wonder, is this band religious? And no, he's actually not religious, but the band's from Texas, and he's like, yeah, no, that just kind of creeps into the vernacular, that kind of talk when you live in like this kind of country town. It makes it's a good album. I love. So that album is Rubberneck. That's their first album, and that's a solid gold album, by the way. That's a chunk of treasure. Go. Trying to get rid of the blue on his hand, not make his whole hand blue. Okay, I think I got this one, yes. Oh, I keep selecting a color and then going to use it, and it's still got the last color. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Oh, I didn't color his the inside of his eyes on this one. So let's see what happened today. I went to pick up my suit, my other place, my suit for the funeral. And then I went to the store, bought some stuff for my girl and her little boy for Valentine's Day. We're hanging out for Valentine's Day tomorrow. I'm just gonna hang in at home, and we're gonna have heart-shaped pizza and candy and watch Ghostbusters. Because Short Man is really into Ghostbusters. He's 4 and he's like obsessed with the Ghostbusters theme, which I don't know if you've ever seen the music video for the Ghostbusters theme song, but first of all, it's got all the cast of Ghostbusters in it, right? It's got Bill Murray and Harold Ramis and Ernie Hudson and what's his name? I was just thinking about him. Oh, I was just thinking Harold Ramis. Did I say him already? Yeah, I said him already. Dan Aykroyd. It's got them in it, but it's also got Chevy Chase in this music video. It's got Danny DeVito. It's got John Candy. I mean, they're brief cameos, but still. Who else? I don't know who else. There's some women that I assume are somebody, but I don't know who they are. Forget the women. Ain't nobody cares. No, I'm just kidding. Stupid women. Women are stupid. It's men who are smart. Okay. How many pictures are up? Okay, yeah, 4 panels. And then I'll start coloring this other dude. Yeah, I don't think it sounds quite like that Toadies song, Nothing to Cry About, but I swear it reminds me so much of it every time. I think that I think is probably, there's got to be something just like it in that song. What time is it? It's 10:30 here. That's okay, I don't mind. I'll have another cup of tea in a minute here. In fact, I'm going to hit that button. I boiled the water right before I started the stream, but it's probably cooled down by now. So tomorrow's Friday. This week, we have this week and into next. Well, okay, so Tomorrow, Friday, is Valentine's Day. Sunday is my girlfriend's birthday. Monday is my girlfriend's father's funeral. I should also say that Sunday is my grandmother's birthday also. She's going to be 96 years young. I'm sorry, I mean old. Young. What am I talking about? 96. Buzzinga, tea's done. Okay. There's the tea bag. Squeeze it out in the mug. Trash. That's the old one. Now for a new one. Oh, yep. Yep. Tetley. Ooh, I'm scalding my finger over here with the steam. Yeah. Okay, now to juggle. Now to practice my juggling act. Okay. Oh, mercy. Mercy, mercy me. And I saw my sister and her wife are hosting a monthly game night. They're springing this on us. They're hosting a monthly game night next Friday, which sounds pretty cool to me. Any excuse to hang out with my family makes me happy. So it snowed like we're in the thick of winter over here yesterday. Instead of the end of winter. And I don't know I think it's supposed to snow again tomorrow. All I know is it's supposed to get cold. And I'm not a fan of the cold. I like it hot. Hot as this tea. See? Speaking of hot, I'm boiling. Sorry to cheat, you gotta go. Who's the guy from 21 Jump Street? Not the cheat. Not the cheat. The cheat. The cheat. More Homestar Runner. That site is still up. It's not Flash based anymore, I think. But I mean, there used to be cool Easter eggs all over the place. I forget. I think they found some way to restore the Easter eggs without Flash. I don't know, but I thought I think I remember checking out their website and being relieved that they were able to, because they were all like they had to switch it from Flash based to like YouTube based. And I was like, that takes away half the fun of the clickable Easter eggs all over their cartoons. It was great. There used to be like little Easter eggs hiding in their cartoons. I don't know if most people realize that even, but I was always on Homestar Runner's website because they would put up new cartoons every week. They had for a long time they would do like a strong bad email every week, I believe. Yeah, they would do it every Monday. Check email. Strong Bad was like this little guy with a boxing mask and boxing gloves on, or a wrestler's mask and boxing gloves on, and they were all like goofy characters. Like most of them didn't have arms, and when they would go to pick something up, it would just like lift up in front of them as if they had picked it up with arms, but it's like their arms are invisible or something. And they had these cool interactive menus on the website, and like there were like 30 different menus. So like every time you went to the website, it would have a different menu pulled up. Character tunes. And you know, like most online Flash cartoon sites were like trash, right? But and you might be able to say that Homestar Runner was when it first started too. But they just kept going for years, and it was really good. It was like a legitimate cartoon show, basically. It should have been a cartoon show, but it was made by these two brothers, Matt and is it Mike? I don't think that's right. Matt and something Chapman. Oh, I forget. I forget their names. But oops. But yeah, the brothers Chaps. They are good at what they do. Very like individual sense of humor, very individual style. It was its own thing, and oh man, it's like there's like shows where I'm like when I watch Futurama, I'm like, this show has its own unique voice. It's really good. It was kind of like that. Like it's got its own unique voice. Its own unique brand of humor, and it was just killer. I love the characters. And it was like after I watched a couple Strong Bad emails, it was hard for me as a kid to like not just be stuck in a Strong Bad impression the rest of the day. Up the high, boy. That's Homestar Runner. Yeah, Homestar Runner was great. I used to have a Sinor card gauge T-shirt. So in some cartoon, some strong bad email, like strong bad is talking about like a shady character or something like that, and it's like a version of him with a comb over and a greasy beard, like a greasy goatee, and a big pot belly, and just like Jeffrey Dahmer glasses. And he's always carrying, and he's carrying around a shopping bag. He's just describing like some kind of shady character, and then ultimately, this Sinor card gauge, and he would say things that were like barely comprehensible. He would just say things that were barely comprehensible, and then like, no credit, no probalo. And so anyway, I had a shirt with his face on it that said no probalo on it. But you might have seen the Trogdor the Burninator, where he's showing people how to draw a dragon. Or one of the first ones I saw was Crazy Cartoon. Hey, Strongman, can you do a crazy cartoon? And then he does it. He makes up this crazy cartoon, and it's just like ridiculous. Like this guy comes into the screen and he's like, and then hey, Steve shows up. Oh, Steve. I don't know. It was just like, it's called Sweet Cup and Cakes. I just go to homestarrunner.com, will you? I'm not gonna explain it well. All right. Don't stop watching random cartoons until you figure out who Coach Z is or Bubs. All right. Just do yourself that kindness. Okay, let's zoom out. All right. Let's get his yellow t-shirt on. Happy Decemberween to one and all a dang y'all. Who Star Wars presents. There's always a bunch of Decemberween songs I put on my Christmas playlists. I got all types of crazy crap. I bought so bad and deep in bad. It's the wrong way. So, I've been obsessed with, lately, I've been obsessed with, near-death experience videos. They're really fascinating to me. Just how stankin' similar they are. It's fascinating to me. To each other. I mean, they're all very different from each other, but there's so much overlap. Why would they lie? What what would they have to gain? Heaven or something in The Simpsons, and then Reverend, Reverend Lovejoy is like pouring the money into a change machine, and it's like counting the change or whatever. He's like, I don't hear scrubbing in there. That's a great episode. When Bart sells his soul to Milhouse, and Milhouse gets all demented while he has Bart's soul, and he won't give it back. And Bart is starting to feel bad that he sold his soul because he after he sells his soul to Milhouse for $1 or whatever, $5. He starts to feel like he's actually lost something. Like an integral part of himself seems to be missing. It's a great episode. And he's really struggling to get it back. The one you call Milhouse is no longer here, or whatever. Ah, he's dead? What? No. His family went to his grandma's place while we're spraying for potato bugs. Well, you wouldn't happen to remember if he had a piece of paper on him, would you? Oh, yeah, you don't forget a thing like that. Potato bugs. Oh, mercy. Pants to the music. Pants to the music. Pants to the music. There we go. I don't think I said this already. I was scrolling through Instagram yesterday, and earlier, probably yesterday, I was thinking, I haven't found any new music in a while. like anything that grabs me. I don't mean like new music, but like just like new to me music. Like I'm just listening to the same old all the time. But I was scrolling through Instagram and Jeepers Creepers. Sorry, I'm making a mess here. I landed on this video of it was like Tom Bergeron on some like morning show, and he was interviewing this guy Elliott Smith, and then Elliott Smith is given these like very like not engaged, and he's not being very engaging or engaged, I guess, in this interview. He's being kind of withdrawn, and but then he starts playing a song and everyone's just like zoned in. It's like this really like haunting kind of piece of music. It was a song called Clementine, and man, I really liked it. So I checked out the album. I haven't finished it yet, but I was listening to the album that it's on, and man, it's all good. It's all good. Elliott Smith. I guess he died. I guess he was stabbed to death. I don't really know more about it than that, but I guess he was stabbed to death when he was 34. Isn't that sad? That's so young. I'm older than that, and I'm a baby. It was so beautiful. I was just sad to see that he was dead. I just met him. Check it out. It's pretty cool. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of him. I think he's a pretty famous, iconic guy. I like somewhere, probably on Wikipedia or something, it described his singing voice as whispery, spiderweb thin vocal delivery or something like that. I was like, yeah, that's kind of accurate. Oh man, I missed his pants. I missed his pants here too. La 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 la. I just remembered something. I downloaded this app today called Band Lab. And I think you're supposed to be able to hum into it. And it'll it'll turn it into music. Let's check this out real quick. Let's see if we can do something. Let's see here. Where's that music? I'm gonna turn this off. Shut up. Okay. Let's see. Open Studio. What the devil is this? This wasn't here before. Some kind of ad. Okay. Ah, crumbs. Another one. Well, this plan backfired, didn't it? Let's see. Shut up. Voice. Okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Now what? Oh, I'm recording over it now. So now what? I don't know what you do. I don't even know how to play this back. Well, I'll have to tool around with it. Man, you can't just do anything, can you? Not I. No, sir. All right. Back to awake. All right. Okay, so the main part of his hat is this. Ah, jeepers. Color on his head. My parents should have named me Joe because I'm so dang sloppy. Mm-hmm. I think I'll do his hat and I'll do his eyes. And I'm gonna call it a day on this stream. Because it's late. It's 11 o'clock now. And I got awake in the morning. Not to mention, I got to get ready to be not here for 4 days. My buddy was telling me there's some new show produced by Greg Daniels and Mike Judge, animated show called I don't know what it's called, Common Sense or something like that. I forget what it's called. Um, but he was saying it was pretty decent. That I might check out if I have time. If I don't, I will not check it out. Oh. Evil, evil is his one and only name. Evil, in his mind there is no other game. When your name is evil, bad is good, or so you think, but you're so very wrong. It's evil, but being wrong is right, so then you're good again, which is the evilest thing of all. Do you find his subtle ways invite you? Does he excite you? If his contradictions should attract you, should he distract you? Heaven help you then, you're finished, it's the end. There'll be no retrieval from the evil. The evil he will do. He's evil. He's Dr. Evil. His name is Evil. You know? I mean, that's what they told me. No, that's a song by my favorite band, They Might Be Giants. They wrote it for the beginning of the Austin Powers movie, Austin Powers 2, This Bayou Shagged Me. Ever heard of it? It's been stuck in my head for like 2 days now. I think I read the title of it somewhere, and it's just been stuck in my head. It's sung by the wife of John Flansburgh, who has an amazing singing voice, Robin Goldwasser. This is your life, this is your life, This is your life, and this is your life. This is your right. This is your right. This is your right. You're gonna die. Sorry. That's from like old Aqua Teen Hunger Force. This is your life. This is your life. This is your life. This is your life. This is your right. This is your right. This is your right. You're gonna die. What's the other thing? I don't know. You're both a bunch of yo-yos. Shut up, yo-yos. Scoldilocks. Scoldilocks, the children cried. So she threw acid in their face because someone in the Bible told her to. Because someone in the Bible told her. That's funny. Or my favorite is when he's. I just love when whenever Shake is antagonizing Meatwad. That's always my favorite thing. So Meatwad is essentially a child, and Shake is always like just being deliberately mean to him. Like he's got the flashlight on. He's like, it's the demon of the flashlight. He's like shining it on his face to make his face look all spooky. He's like, demon of the flashlight, and he's like, Shake, stop. Frylock's like, Shake, stop picking on him or whatever. He's like, oh, I forget how it comes up, but he's like, we could go to the demon food store. You do know where the demon food store is, don't you? Demon food store? He's like, it's right behind you. He's like, demon food store, demon food store. So you're standing in the demon produce aisle. To be young again and watch the same stuff I still watch as an adult. When is the last time I watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force? Probably last year at some point. Scoldilocks. Scoldilocks, the school children cried. So she threw acid in their face. Someone in the Bible told her to. Oh, mercy. Crazy people be making things biblical that do be true. Let's see. What else is good stuff? Trying to remember. Oh, I was like, I was like, for some reason, I was like, is there something funny in The Simpsons? And I was like, one of my favorite scenes is in the Beer Baron episode. But I was like, am I thinking of the right episode? Because I can't think of it. But it is. It's like Homer comes. Rex Banner, the guy enforcing prohibition on Springfield, or something like that. Springfield has prohibition in effect, and Homer's making like hooch in the basement or whatever. And he's the beer baron, and he's making illegal hooch secretly and distributing it to everyone, chasing him around town. Him and Bart. Bart is like has become Homer's like helper in this endeavor, and he's like on the run from Rex Banner. He's driving through town, and he's like driving through a cemetery at one point, and he's like like crashing through headstones, and he's like, Bart's like, Dad, knocking over tombstones is bad luck. He goes, really? I heard good. And then there's this high speed chase or whatever. And they finally get home, and they like lose him and get home, and Marge runs out into the driveway. She's like, Homer, what happened to the car? He's like, nothing. She's like, nothing? I don't remember the car having 2 broken axles before. He's like, before. You're living in the past, Marge. Quit living in the past. Just the way he like just totally brushes it off. Like, what happened? Nothing. And the car's like totally trashed. Nothing. Like that alone cracks me up. That nothing. And the thing about the cemetery, it's like Dad, knocking over tombstones is bad luck. He goes, really? I heard good. Like, so is he crashing through them on purpose? Did he turn into the cemetery just because he thought they were smashing them was good luck? The Simpsons was so funny. Oops. What I meant to do? There's another bit from The Simpsons that I always liked is everyone's trying to leave But for some reason, Marge is trying to keep them from leaving the house. So she stands in the doorway. She's like blocking them. And Bart goes, Mom, it's kind of hard to leave when you're blocking the door. And Homer just turns to him. He's like, push her down, son. Oh my goodness. Push her down, son. That's a simple fix. Oh yeah, I was gonna do his eyes and scramble on out of here. Okay, I'll do that. Hold on. Before I whatever. Yeah, I'll finish coloring the characters and then I'll get out of here. Then I'll have gotten to a proper stopping point. Hey, you dig? You don't dig? Ooh, I oughta massacre you. I don't know. I guess I'm talking to myself. I do that sometimes. I shall color his tongue. Something like that, I usually do. Something like that, I usually do. Right. Something quite like that, I reckon I usually do. Right? Hey, love? Why can't I get this color? Let's find out. Oh, you know why? I think it's not the color layer. I think it's on the color hold layer, which should be this one. Yeah. Nailed it. Fancy a spot of love, mate? Spot of love. I'll take 8. I'll take all you got. I'll take a bushel or a barrel or... No, I'm just quoting Simpsons. And Futurama. I'll take 8. I'm so into you. Good one, Ryan. You're just trying so hard, aren't you? What a good boy. Here's a lollipop. I'm so into you. You're getting so good at that. My friend, she goes to like I guess they do some live table read thing every year, the Futurama cast. And she always gets a signed script when she goes. I guess she didn't get a signed script this year, but she usually does. And this year, I guess some dude that works on Futurama, I guess he proposed to his girlfriend at it, and you're gonna get married. I forget who it was. It wasn't somebody whose name I readily knew, though. I don't think. I colored that one. That one he's face down in the mud. I go back to the color layer here. There we go. Oh, what did I say that show was called? I said Common Sense, but it was called, he was telling me it's called Common Side Effects. I just remembered that out of the thick of my skull. There's no Billy TV up there. Here he is. Darn. So I was singing the Dr. Evil song from Austin Powers' Spotty Who Shagged Me earlier. I've kind of been wanting to watch Austin Powers. I haven't seen it in a long dang time. Has anyone seen The Pentaveret? It was basically like him trying to recapture Austin Powers, is what it felt like. But it was a far, far inferior thing. It's Mike Myers playing like 7 characters in this thing about like a secret cabal of people that run the world or whatever. What I didn't know is years ago in the 90s, Mike Myers refers to the Pentaveret in the movie So I Married an Axe Murderer, which I watched a couple weeks ago. At least most of it I watched a couple weeks ago. But it was like a gag in that where his Scottish father that he also plays in So I Married an Axe Murderer is going on about the Pentaveret, this cabal of the super rich that control the world, and including Colonel Sanders, who he hates. He's talking about that in one scene, and then Mike Myers' main character, is like, "Dad, how can you hate the Colonel?" He's like, "I hate this wee beady eyes." And because he puts a secret ingredient in his chicken that makes you crave it fortnightly or something. What am I looking for? It's hard to tell when I'm all zoomed in. I like lose track of my wee little thoughts. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. The bottom of his foot. I was looking for Bonehead's feet. Ready? Ready for this? Excuse me. Okay. Let's see. Flat colors on the both of them. You know what? I need one more color for Bonehead. This dark gray. I think I'm calling it a night. this one really small. There. There. You just cry your little eyes out. It's Stimpy, I guess. Alright. Well, sir, I think that's where we're leaving it tonight. Wherever it lies. And then we'll pick up on that in 4 days, I guess. Tuesday. So, let's see. Let me get back to normal here so I can see. There we go. So this has been yet another installment of Ink the Book Show with me, your host, Ryan O'Connor. I hope you enjoy this sort of nonsense, this preposterous hogwash here. I'll be back on Tuesday, probably, doing this again, continuing this page. So in the meantime, leave a comment wherever it is that you are. Maybe like this video, hit the little Googa that likes it. Share, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your disgruntled neighbor, say, hey, disgruntled neighbor, let me tell you about this YouTube channel, kid. What? Get your effing computer off my lawn, or I'm calling the cops. Pipe down, old man. I don't know. I'm so tired. I'm so tired by the time I do these lately. So let's share that one. We got that one covered. And subscribe. Right? Click the bell. Don't forget to block this video so you never see it again, so it never darkens your algorithm again. Don't forget to report this channel to the proper authorities to get my channel nuked from existence for no good reason. Yeah, be sure to graffiti my house and car. This has been a stream. Till next time. Bye, everybody. I love you.